Welcome to episode 64 of the Ben Briggs podcast. I am Ben Briggs. It's Saturday. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not even going to lie to you. It's Sunday, isn't it? Sunday. I was about to lie and say it's Saturday the 14th December 2000. But it's not. It's Sunday the 15th of December 2019. We're late again, people. It's the last three, isn't it? Last three episodes have been late. It's Christmas, isn't it? Christmas. I take my fucking put my foot down to the gas with gigs over Christmas, and it's affecting the podcast. I'm juggling things at the minute, people. Juggling shit, not literally, out there, and I've just had no time yesterday, man. Had no time to get this done. I was gigging Friday night and Saturday night at Ruffle Comedy Club in Newcastle under Lyme, as opposed to upon Tyne, rather. And I've been out tonight as well. I've been doing a new material night in Birmingham tonight. So it is fucking... We're just ducking under the wire as well for Sunday. I know, it's all slipping. It's like grains of sand, people, slipping through my fingers, this podcast at the minute. Everything's... we're losing everything. All perspective. We never had that. We never had a sense of perspective anyway. Yeah, so I've been flat out the last couple of days, and just yesterday I got in late and just crashed and burnt last night. Had to do a few bits today, and had a little sleep before the gig tonight, a couple of hours, and then out and then back now, and it's like, I don't know, what time is it? 19 minutes past 10 at night. We're just fucking ducking under the tape, people, to get this done within the 24 hours. I couldn't leave it till Monday. That's the thing. Somebody said to me, just leave it till Monday, do it then. I can't do that because I've been stressing about getting this all done for your listening pleasure, people out there, and for my pleasure talking about it as well, for my ego. Yeah, so I've been flat out busy all weekend. I did Ruffle Friday and Saturday night. It's Christmas though, but it was rammed out both nights. To be fair, both nights were fucking lovely, really nice. But you get the old office parties this time of year, don't you? Which is interesting. From I've been to office parties in the past with the old day jobs, and when I worked in the day, and you go to that office party, there's always the same thing you hit every year. It must go from office to office to office. There's always somebody who makes a fucking tit out of themselves every year, and then has that tentative, I was talking about this the other night on stage, has that tentative little push on the office door when they go back to work on the Monday morning, just praying to God that everybody else in the office was as pissed as they were on Friday, because they've been worrying about it all weekend. They've been stressing about it from the moment they woke up. If they went out on the Saturday night, from the moment they woke up on the Sunday, hungover, feeling like shit, probably still wearing the same clothes they went out in on the night before, and they've woke up that day trying to piece together both their psyche and memory of what happened, just getting flashbacks, those horrible, horrible fucking drunken flashbacks that you get after you've been a fucking absolute tit at something, because your brain's trying to protect you, isn't it? That's the thing. The brain is trying to protect you, so it holds back the information and holds back the memories and says, oh, I'm not going to make this easy for you. You're going to have to piece this together bit by bit. I'm going to drip feed you the information of the events that occurred last night that you were responsible for. And you're going to have to make up your own mind whether you're an asshole or not. Yeah. So, yeah, there's people out there right now. This is, what is it? Fucking Sunday night, isn't it? Jesus, Ben. Sunday night, there's people. It's 22 minutes past 10 now. 22 minutes past 10, and there's people there out in the world in the UK after having gone out on a works Christmas party last night on Saturday, shitting themselves right now about going to work in the morning. How they're going to approach that. The shame. The shame of walking into work and hoping that nobody remembers. They've probably been tentatively texting their work colleagues to see how much of an arsehole they were. They've pieced it together. There's probably a few missing pieces of the jigsaw of what's left, and hoping and praying to God they haven't done anything that bad that they have to leave the country. We've all been there. We've all been there. Let's have a bit of tea. So yeah, it was nice to see that up close and personal last night. And on Friday night, last night was a little bit rowdier crowd than Friday night. Friday night was okay. They were a really nice crowd. But last night it was getting to the stage where it might tip over into just out and out chaos. I saw a video they posted afterwards. It seemed like it remained, because I was opening last night. I opened the gig last night, and they were obviously okay. They were up for it. They've been drinking a little bit before they got to the gig, but they were okay. And just up for it, nice up for it. I stayed to watch Fredo. Freddie Farrell was on in the middle, one of my mates. He had a really, really good gig. I haven't seen him for a few months because we, like, every now and again after you start going up in the world, so to speak, I only really see people like Freddie and a few of the others who started more or less when I did. I think he was like about a year, 2 years behind me or something like that. I don't know how long he's been going, but I've known him for a few years. But yeah, you only sort of like really see each other every now and again because you're not really doing the lower gigs anymore, or you're closing nights or something like that. You'll be closing different nights and stuff. But yeah, it was nice to see him. So instead of doing my usual, thanks very much, see you later, have a good night, straight into the car, get the keys out, whack it in reverse out of the parking space and get the fuck out of there. I hung around like a fucking leech last night because I haven't seen Freddie for a while, so I thought I'd stay and watch him, and he did a good job, man. He did a good job. He fucking ripped it. So I think overall the night was a fucking success, the weekend. But yeah, it was fun for me. Both gigs were really, really fun for me. There was one bit they recorded last night. I think the battery had run out on Friday night, which was a bit of a shitter because there was a nice little fucking riff bit I did at the start that I would have released. But there was a bit yesterday where I was on. I was just randomly talking and sitting down as well. This is randomly talking. The old hernia kicked in, so I had to fucking have a stool on stage. Like some sort of fucking, hey guys, I'm going to tell you some fucking truths now while I sit down. I'm that relaxed. I was a little bit too relaxed through some bit of material. I got carried away. Being too relaxed. I was telling one of our avid listeners on the way home, who doesn't, I don't think she really likes to be described as an avid listener, but I was I was saying to her on the way home from the gig last night that at one stage I was that relaxed. I looked at my hand and I had the mic. I don't know fucking how it happened. I had the mic in the like the devil horns. Fucking hey man, I fucking love heavy metal, man. That fucking devil horns thing. I had the mic like that, and I was holding it like that. And I randomly, halfway through a line, just thought to myself, "Oh, my hand looks quite cool like that," and then fucked up the punchline. I got the wrong word for the punchline. It must have been a rhythm or something that took me through, though, because it got a laugh, and I was like, "Oh, that doesn't." And then it got a laugh, and people went, "I'm not sure that really makes sense." Well, it wouldn't, because it's the wrong word I've inserted there, because I've let my brain fucking just spew out whatever while I'm thinking, "Hey, man, my hand looks pretty cool there. I'm not sure your mind's on the job here this evening, Ben." It just floated off for a minute, but I've been trying to get get a bit more concentrated. That was Friday night, and Saturday night I was a little bit more on it, people. I was in the moment, in the room. You know what I mean? I was not floating away, thinking about my cool looking hand. What a fucking swat! I mean, of all the things that are going to fuck up a line of your material, a glass being dropped that everybody seems to fucking freak out over, or somebody heckling something, or something weird happening in the audience, somebody getting up to go to the toilet straight on a punchline, which always, no matter how discreetly they try and do it, it always looks like, particularly with my material, the things I talk about, every second line is potentially something fraught with danger. It always looks like somebody's just had enough of what I'm saying when they need the toilet. They ought to hold up a fucking plaque just so everybody else round them doesn't feel the need to fucking stop looking at me, look at them, and then scan the reason in their own fucking head as to why that person is leaving the gig. Oh, I don't know. They ought to have a fucking paddle they hold up, like a fucking table tennis paddle or something, with a little toilet sign on it. And everybody can go, they're going to the toilet. They're not offended by his material. Okay, my friend, continue with the barrage of shit you're saying on stage. Thank you. I will. But it was both gigs were really fun. That's the point I'm trying to make. And tonight as well, I was doing Project Mayhem with Shamsaman. Shamsaman's gig in Birmingham. I did that. I watched. I even stayed for a couple of acts for that as well. I know. Dave Dinsdale's there, so I watched him on his 1000th return to comedy, I think. He's always quitting and coming back, so it was nice to see him. And a few of the other newbies who and then just ran through some new material, and it's an early start for that one, so like it starts at 6, so I managed to get back here about 9:30. I've had something to eat, and I'm smashing out the podcast as we speak. Halfway through, 14 minutes in, people. I know. And I've just told you about my weekend. And the work dues. There's always, you see the leery men with the work dues as well, don't you? We are fucking scoundrels at Christmas on the Christmas work due. Men are. They're just like, every single man is just thinking, is this the night? There was loads of groups of women out last night, you see, and groups of guys, but like you get that weird mixture when you work for a company. Like if you work for a call center where there's a mix. I've done that. I've worked for call centers in the past. I worked for Nationwide years ago. And you have that strange mix of, it's not a strange mix, is it? It's men and women, but you have that weird sort of like tension. on a works do like that when you're just getting hammered and all the boundaries and professionalism of working in an office environment fall down. And then you wake up in the morning next to one of your co-workers and you've got to face them on a Monday morning as well. That's the least brutal thing. I mean, if you like them, go out there. The amount of relationships that must be made through Christmas work dues. And then it gets to New Year and, I don't know, all that tension comes out, doesn't it? All that professionalism goes and you're like, yeah, hey, I like you in the office, the way you kind of lean over the photocopier or answer the telephone or thanks for showing me some attention at work. Do you want to fuck me? And inevitably that will happen. But this could be the thing. There ought to be research done, like for September babies. Because over the Christmas period and New Year especially, which month, let's have a little, shall we have a little Google with this? Births by month. Let's have a little look at this. Oh, yeah. Let's have a look. The UK Office of National Statistics. Oh, fucking hell, why can't I say that? UK Office of National Statistics. Jesus Christ. The UK Office of National Statistics. Boom, nailed it third time. Thank you, director. Continue. Cut. Published an analysis. Oh, fuck this. Published an analysis of live births from 1995 to 2014, which concluded that in England, Wales, 26th of September was the most popular day to be born after the last 2 decades. September more generally is a period in the year with a seasonal peak in the number of births. Boom! Oh, Briggs nailed it. That's people fucking over Christmas and New Year, isn't it? That's it. There may be Ruffle babies out there, Ruffle Comedy Club babies out there, because of this weekend's activities, and in no short measure am I'm taking full responsibility for that, for being there Friday and Saturday this week. Fucking hell. That's what people do, innit? There's a new government in, obviously, elected in this week. It's all doom and gloom unless you voted for them, and people are out there now. Fuck it. Bring on the Brexit, and let's start fucking work colleagues for the foreseeable future until the new year when we all go back to work, and then you have that fucking uncomfortable, weird sort of like... I remember having one of those situations years ago. It must be about 20 years ago. It must have been when I was in my 20s and I was working somewhere, and there was a works do we went out on. I think it was nationwide actually, and then ended having one of those little trysts that you have, and then going into work on Monday and not being completely able to recall the girl's name, and she sat about 3 desks away from me. This was back in the heavy drinking days, people. Those days are sadly and sorely over, as he sits here right now drinking tea. Seamless into the old tea drinking there. Yeah, this was a good 20-odd years ago, must be. 20, 25 years, something like that. How old am I? 42, 25, what's that make me? 17? No, it was probably 20 years ago. Yeah. And she was a work colleague, and I didn't really know her from around... I saw her around the office, but I didn't really speak to her that much. And then all of a sudden, a couple of glasses of wine in her, and she was as chatty as a little chat bird. And, people do what they do in their 20s, don't they, people? I don't need to explain the situation to you, do I? It's all new to you, isn't it? You're just finding out who you are. Yeah, I was probably slightly more approachable in those days than the skinhead, aggressive, fucking lunatic motherfucker that I look now. It's all choreographed, people. All choreographed. Part of the stage persona. Or is it? It's not. It's taken over, man. It's taken over. There is no advertising for this episode, by the way. People hanging out for the advertising. Just no time. No time to contact the advertisers to see if they want to advertise with us. Stroke writing. So, I know. Turn off immediately now. If you're waiting for that, I will make it up. By the way, just to clarify, people out there, from now on, I am going to be better organised. Instead of leaving the podcast to the evening, I might start getting it done in the morning, and then it's out on a Tuesday and Saturday, innit? The days are not changing, people. We're sticking with Tuesday and Saturday. Stroke Sunday. No, Tuesday and Saturday, and I'll get it done in the morning. I'll get it done in the morning. Hey, I'm busy again this week, and I'm out Tuesday. I'm out gigging Tuesday night. When am I gigging? Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and possibly Sunday, dependent on an email coming back to me. So, what has been in the news? Now, this is we're going to go straight to the news now. This is the weird shit that's been going on in the news. Las Vegas, isn't it? Pigeons come in many shapes and sizes in Las Vegas. Some wear cowboy hats. A viral Facebook video from a Las Vegas resident named Bobby Lee. Could he be more American? Yeah, there's a definite thing with Americans where they have, like, the fucking... I always think that's a bit weird. I never quite trust anyone who's got two first names like that, you know, Darren James or something like that. You know, like they've got a first name for a surname. Well, you know, can't you just get a normal surname? Why do you have to have a first name as a surname? It's always a bit weird. I know, it just sounds weird to me though. Having a first name as a surname. I don't know. I don't know what that is about me. I used to know someone years ago whose last name was James, and I always thought they were a bit strange. Anyway, let's move on with this fucking story. Come on. A viral Facebook video from a Las Vegas resident named Bobby Lee showing pigeons with tiny cowboy hats apparently glued to their fucking heads. It doesn't say this in the article. Has led to a local pigeon rescue group to launch an operation unlike any other. What, undercover? Is it? An undercover... Hey, pigeon police, down on the ground. We've got a couple of good leads, said Mariah Hillman, co-founder of Lofty Hopes. There we go. On Tuesday, we found Cluck Norris. We've been chasing him all day. I don't know how that's... She just come out with a random fucking... I don't know. We found Cluck Norris. We've been chasing him all day. That must be one of the fucking pigeons. As of Tuesday afternoon, Hillman and a small crew of fucking virgins, I imagine, were putting up a trap to capture Cluck Norris, the cowboy pigeon, about half a mile from the University of Nevada, Las Vegas campus. It looks like glue, Hillman said after her daughter got close enough to see the hat atop Cluck's head. Oh, that's the name of the pigeon. Right, okay, Ben. Keep up, Ben. Keep up. It's late, people. It's late. There are feathers stuck to that. Okay, after Cluck is captain. I imagine, was he always called Cluck Norris? I don't think so. It may be the cowboy hat. The viral video showing Cluck and a second cowboy pigeon has led to some entertaining social media commentary. Somebody is the point they've missed all this. Somebody is catching pigeons and gluing fucking little mini cowboy hats to their head. That is a fucking potential psycho in the making. That is a serial killer. If that's a kid and he's doing that as a child, then there's something seriously wrong with him. If it's not, and somebody's just gluing... They do look quite funny, though, to be fair. Fucking hell. So, Las Vegas, look out for the old pigeon fucking Pigeon Cowboys there. Cluck Norris. You would have thought they would have gone with Cluck Eastwood. Would have been, if you're going to use Cluck on that. Norris. If somebody's fucking dressing the pigeons in karate outfits or kung fu outfits, you go in Cluck Norris. That's what you're doing, innit? Cluck Norris all the way. Coo. Can you do something with that? Coos Lee. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't really work, does it? But you're going Cluck Norris all the way on a fucking karate outfit. If somebody's gluing them to pigeons, but Cluck Eastwood would have been my choice for that name. Cowboy hat. That's it, innit? But yeah, somebody's going round. Somebody's actually doing that. Catching them, gluing them on. There you go. Fly off. See you later. And then somebody has now set up. My first port of call would be going round to see the shops to see if anyone is buying up mass loads of little miniature cowboy hats. If they are, that's got to be your fella, innit? I mean, I'm no Ace Ventura Pet Detective, but that would be that would be the first thing. Go to the little cowboy hat shop and see who's been making regular purchases over the last couple of weeks. I don't know. It looks quite funny, though. It would be so much better if it was a Mexican hat, wouldn't it? A sombrero. That would look even better, I think, rather than a cowboy hat. Let's have a look at the next one, because we've got to fill for time, people. That's the thing, innit? That's the thing. Once the adverts are out of the way, you have to start filling for time now, people. And we've almost made it, haven't we? We came out with some good stuff earlier about office stuff. Yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. Let's keep it bird-related then. Police called to solve mystery of deaths of hundreds of starlings in the road. Police are investigating this is a UK website. So police are investigating the very strange discovery of several hundred dead starlings on a road on Anglesey. It could have been a suicide. They're in Anglesey. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's got a picture of them, and they have seriously not just dropped from the road. They have been flattened. A total of 225 birds were found near Lynn Llewellyn. Oh God, Clan Llewellyn. Is it Llewellyn? I don't know. It's fucking Welsh, mate. Innit? It's Welsh. Welsh. Innit? Quelsh. Fucking. That's me trying to say Welsh as in the Welsh language. Clan. Is that how? Double L? Double L-Y. Double L-Y-N. Clearwennan in Boderdern on Tuesday. A total of 225 birds were found near Clan Llewellyn in Boderdern on... I just thought if I said it quicker... Fucking hell, man. That's a fucking nightmare of a language, isn't it? On Tuesday afternoon, but we've got to keep Welsh alive. With many others on a hedge on the side of the road, but none in the nearby fields. They're just on the roads. Maybe they're just fucking... You know what I think's going on there? I think they're mistaking the road for water and just dive bombing into it. Little bit of wet on the road, look a bit reflective. Starlings ain't the most fucking, intelligent of birds, are they? And they've just nosedived. Or it was a mass suicide after the fucking results of the election. That the Tories did win, by the way. The Conservatives won that. People abroad. So we're left with Boris Johnson now. Anyway, people say the deaths are a mystery and have called in experts. That's it. It might have just been a mass suicide where they thought, fuck this. I can't be asked to fly south for the winter. I don't even know if starlings do that. They do that thing don't starlings do the thing in the sky where they all fucking morph together and then spread apart and then morph together again? Maybe they did that, but just on a road. Just fucking had enough of it. This is fucking miserable, this shit. In a post on Twitter page, the North Wales Police's rural crime team, they might have been PC Dewey Evans, could he be any more Welsh? Said, many of you will have seen on social media a video going around. That's as far as I can get with my Welsh accent, of an incident on Anglesey where numerous starlings have been killed. Many starlings. We don't know how it has happened. There are approximately 225 dead starlings on the road. Surely the police have got something better to do than investigate the deaths of starlings. How little crime is there in that place in North Wales? Just scoop them up, sweep them to the side of the road and get on with solving some real fucking crime, Dewey, you fucking... Jesus. Come on, Dewey, you fucking pig cunt. We're paying taxes for you to fucking stop crime. Major crime, Dewey. And you're fucking fixated on these starlings. He's probably doing it. He is probably poisoning them just so he's got something to do in his backwater fucking Welsh village where nothing ever happens. You know, he's probably had to, tell a couple of teenagers off for trying to buy cigarettes at the age of 15. And that's about it. So he's planned the deaths of these animals. You got blood on your hands, Dewey. That's what I'm saying. You got blood on your fucking hands. Jesus. So we have got officers now from the Animal and Plant Health Agency are going to seize some of these starlings with a view to having them examined. The cost of that, they're gone. The starlings are gone. Sweep them to the side of the road. Bury them at best. Burn them. Burn them as a as a symbol to the other starlings not to cross the line. I don't know. Anyway, it looks like a mystery that old Dewey Evans... Oh, fuck. That Dewey Evans is thankfully on the case for. Fucking hell, man. It's hardly Colombo, is it? You know, this is what happens in fucking rural Wales. This is a big issue. Oh, fucking hell, what are we on? 32 minutes. 32 minutes, people. We fucking did it. Look at that. It is now, what's the time? It's now 10:51. It would be, wouldn't it, if I started at 90 minutes past. That was episode 64. I'm sorry, people. It was late. I will endeavour to have everything out on a Tuesday and Saturday from now on. And try and make life not take over, you know. Just make a bit of time for you guys. So we've got our me time, you time together. If you want to send me anything at all, abuse or questions or whatever, or you want me to talk about something on the podcast, you can email me at podcast@benbriggs.co.uk. That's podcast. I don't know why I said it slow like a retard. Podcast@benbriggs.co.uk. Like, share, recommend it to other people. That would be lovely. Fucking lovely, son. I'll be back on Tuesday without fail. Have a good rest of your weekend, which in the UK is like an hour and 7 minutes. And I'll be back on Tuesday, motherfuckers. Take care.